Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum everyone. Right now I'm standing near the mosque of Prophet Shuayb alayhi salam. You can see behind me there's a white structure, a white dome and a minaret, and it is called Maqam Nabi Shuayb alayhi salam, and it is situated in Wadi Shuayb in Jordan. We're traveling all the way from Amman, and we are planning to go to the Dead Sea. And on the way we stopped by at the Maqam Nabi Shuayb, the mosque of the Prophet Shuayb. Prophet Shuayb alayhi salam is buried over here. It is said that he came to Madian in Arabia. He was sent over there to the people to tell them about Islam, about the message of God, and then he was finally buried here. As you can see behind me, in front of me, there is a wadi. It is a very green and a very nice place, very peaceful. And what is so special about this land is that our tour guide was telling us that most of the prophets who came to the world walked about these very lands. You can see right now there are hills, and further down, further away in the mist is the territory of Palestine and West Bank. That is also a holy land, place where many prophets came. And so this is an extremely sacred territory, a very inspirational, very peaceful place. And since I'm at the Maqam of Nabi Shuayb, I just remembered that the Quran tells us that a lot of people used to reject the message of the Prophet Shuayb alayhi salam. Many of them used to say, "We will stone you to death if you don't stop preaching to us. We will evict you from our land." But as I came here, I came to know, I also got to know a lot of things about this place. It is a mosque, a very historical location, and it is visited by both Muslims and people of other communities from around the world. So back then, in that period, when people proclaimed their faith in God and they believed in God Almighty, they were persecuted. They were told that they will be evicted from their land and they'll be stoned to death. But today, by the grace of God, we're living in an age wherein people from other communities are actually coming to the place where the prophets lived, where the prophets walked, where the prophets worked, to know more about them, to know about the message that the prophets gave to the people of the world. So this is an immense opportunity for all of us. We should use this opportunity to convey the message of God to people as much as we can. And this is especially a very, very beautiful, a very peaceful place. And you can see that this area is quite pristine. It is very, very natural. I just saw a flock of sheep, and I saw a female farmer tending her flock of sheep. And this also reminds us of the kind of life that the prophets and the messengers lived, a very simple, a very difficult life in nature. And today we have all the amenities, we have all the comforts. I'm coming from Amman, and we reached this place in 20 minutes time, and we had smooth roads, smooth transportation. So God has blessed us. God has created such ease for us. So this is the time for us to take forward the message of the prophets, take forward their legacy, and do the work that God Almighty wants us to do. Take forward His message to all of humanity, and for that He's created all kind of ease, all kind of freedom, and all kind of facilities for us. So this is the message that I wanted to share with all of you, and may God help us all take forward the legacy of the prophets. Right now we are at the Maqam Nabi Shuayb. Prophet Shuayb was also the father-in-law of Prophet Moses alayhi salam. It is said that when Prophet Moses was being persecuted in Egypt, or he was being hounded by the people of the men of Pharaoh, then he came to the Prophet Shuayb, and this is where he married Prophet Shuayb's daughter, and he learned a lot about religion and God through Prophet Shuayb. So this is a very historical place, and the Prophet Shuayb is a great figure in Islam and in the Quran, and may God strengthen us and help us take forward His message. Jazakallah.